Hey folks, it's day 22 of my Corona beard. Now I do want to let you know I am trimming it. I'm not letting it just grow and grow and grow. Now I'm getting out every day, walking around the block, getting some exercise. A lot of my neighbors are out doing the same, walking their dogs. And I'm amazed at how many dog owners look like their dogs. And I went, oh, it's hysterical. And I was always going, I'm glad I'm not in that category. And then I came home and I was looking in the mirror. I'm going to introduce you to my little friend here. So I don't know. What do you think? You think there's a comparison now? You think I'm looking like my dog? I think so. This is Tootsie. This is Tootsie. She's a Morkie, half Maltese, half Yorkie. My little buddy goes everywhere with me. Okay, you go back to sleep. Yeah, there's a lot of things that have changed. A lot of things have changed in my life. And man, what a crazy amount of information floating around about this whole coronavirus, CV19, conspiracy theories all over the place about where it came from. It was man-made. You know, it's tied to 5G. Who knows what the truth is on this? Really, there's so much information floating around. I want to let you know what I'm doing to just sort of stay sane in this whole time. And I go to my front door and I open it and I look outside. I go, do I see any threats? Do I see any dead bodies thrashing around in my yard? Do I see any, zombies walking up and down the street? No, everything looks fine out my front door. I check with my neighbors, talk to people when they're walking around the street. Nobody I know in my neighborhood is sick. Everybody's actually more sociable than they've been before. I'm staying in touch with my friends. None of my friends are sick. A few people have had some fevers. Nobody's been in the hospital dying of the coronavirus, and nobody I know has died. Now, maybe you do know some people because there certainly are people being affected by this. But I'm just sort of keeping my own record on the people I know in my world. How is this affecting me? And that keeps me a little bit more stable because I've talked about this the last couple of weeks. You turn the TV on, when you have a ratings, revenue, media model, you have to pound that drum on how dangerous it is. You have to talk about how bad it is. Oh my gosh, somebody else died of the coronavirus. You turn the TV on, you'd think the world is coming to an end, and it's not. So that actually brings me up to another point I actually want to talk to you about today. With this whole pandemic and shutdown and sequester in place and stay at home, our lives have changed dramatically. And I find myself doing things that I wouldn't otherwise do if this wasn't going on. And they're not bad. I'm doing a lot of really good things that I wouldn't do otherwise without the CV19 pandemic. And one of the things I learned to do years ago as I was developing my speaking career and developing my ability to find speech topics, I remember I was talking to a lady who was a writer, and she said what she does is she finds the extraordinary in the ordinary. And I realized that's what I did with my speeches. You look at something that's ordinary and you find out what's extraordinary about it or extraordinary about it. And this got so bad, or so good actually, that no matter what happened, I would find a speech topic in it. I'd get stuck in traffic and I'd find a speech topic in it. I'd walk by a set of stairs going someplace and I would think, write a speech about that. And I'd write a speech about the stairs, using the stairs as a metaphor in the speech topic. And I want to share this with you. I think some of you know that I had a motorcycle accident about a little over 2 years ago, December 19th, 2017. And I had a Honda ST1100, pretty good sized bike, and I was going to a meeting, and a truck made an illegal left turn out in front of me on a curve in a hill. And it was a blind curve, and he turned left. You're not allowed to. And I do not remember the accident. I was unconscious for probably between 30 and 45 minutes, probably closer to 45 minutes. Woke up in the emergency room, and the doctor comes over. I'm going to flip a picture up here if I can. Doctor comes over and introduces himself and says, Lance, you got a broken ankle. You've cracked a couple ribs. And I looked down on the end of my foot. I looked down the end of my leg. Here's a picture of me in the hospital. With my best blue jeans they cut off of me. And I look down and my foot's off the end of my leg. I'm looking at it, and and I've got that neck brace on, and I'm sitting there. I kid you not, 90 seconds after waking up, he's telling me what my diagnosis is, and I'm surveying it, and I'm thinking, man, there's going to be a great speech in this. And what I've gotten used to doing is no matter what happens, is sort of finding the silver lining in it. I don't always do that, but I'm pretty good at doing that. I'm always looking for what's the topic? How's this relate to life? So what I want to talk to you about today is what's the silver lining that you're finding in the CV19 pandemic? What are the good things that are happening to us because of this pandemic that wouldn't have happened otherwise? What activities are you doing in your life that you wouldn't do otherwise that are beneficial to you, that this has been a motivation for you to do? And I can think of scores of them, but what I want to do is I want to hear from you. If you're willing just to send me an email, and I would appreciate it if you wouldn't write 7 or 8 paragraphs, because I do read the emails you send, but if you just could give me a synopsis of what you're doing, what you feel the silver lining is of the CV19 pandemic. What's the positive effects on people? How is society changing? Not what's great about the virus, what's great about how we're handling the virus and we're coming together. Pull those into me, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I will go through and tabulate them, and I'll feed them back to everybody and let you know what people are saying. I think it'll be a fun little experiment to have. And what I want to leave you with, I just had a friend send this in to me. This is a Toastmaster buddy of mine. And I wasn't going to watch it because I thought it was going to be sort of hokey. And then I started watching it, and I was smiling through the whole thing. So I'm going to actually share it with you. There's a friend of mine named Jeff, and he put together a song based on Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places, except his song is Friends in Safe Places. So we're going to play this for you, let you enjoy 3 minutes of some funny humor about friends in safe places.
Howdy, folks. I know you need to stay at home and be safe and healthy, and that's important. So I put this little video together, and I hope you enjoy it. Hit it, fellas. Blame it on the flu. What am I supposed to do when they cancel your black tie affair? Well, the last one to show is the last one to know that the big lines at Ralph's just ain't fair. I'm not surprised with all the lies. Let's just hope it's not in the air. But we'll make it through, baby, me and you. But you won't hear me complain, 'cause I got friends in safe places where everyone's mask covers their faces, driving the flu away. And I'll be okay. And I am big on social distance. Let me keep my space for my existence. Oh, I got friends in safe places. Well, you better stay home, do it alone. Just microwave a dinner and then, well, everything's alright. I'll just say goodnight and I'll blow you a kiss through the door. Well, I didn't mean to cause a big scene. Just give me a flu shot and then, well, I'll be as safe as that ivory tower that you're sequestered in. 'Cause we got friends in safe places where everyone's mask cover their faces, drive the flu away. And we'll be okay. And we are big on social distance. Let me keep my space through my insistence. Oh, we got friends in safe places. Oh, we got friends in safe places. Well, thank you very much.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Okay, folks. Anyway, I enjoyed that. I hope you did. Send me an email. Let's talk about the silver lining that's happening with this whole pandemic. How's our lives and how are our lives, our lifestyle, our relationships, the activities we're doing, how are they improved? How are they enhanced some way that they wouldn't be otherwise? I'll guarantee you Jeff would have never made that video if it hadn't been for the pandemic. All right, I'll see you soon.